Okay, let's talk about Formula 1. If you are like me, you probably enjoy watching the races. But there are a few things I find strange or noteworthy about this sport. It's not like soccer, for example, where you can just buy a ball and play with your friends. No, racing often starts as a child with karting, which can cost around $40,000 a year. For parents, it might feel like they are signing their kid up for a sport where they are literally burning their own money, especially since sponsorships for children are rare. And that's just the beginning. Then you have Formula 3 and Formula 2. Ultimately, it can cost somewhere between 5 and 10 million to turn someone from a go-kart driver into a Formula 1 driver, which is insanely expensive. In America, people earn on average about, let's say, $60,000 a year. Let's say they keep earning this salary their whole life, from the age of 18 till 65, so 47 years. They would earn about 2.8 million in their lifetimes, which isn't even half of what you need to become a Formula 1 driver. So you better have a rich dad or a rich mom. And it gets even crazier. Take Lance Stroll, for example. This Formula 1 driver joined Williams in 2017 after his father, Lawrence Stroll, coincidentally invested a small amount of $80 million in the team, which is just, let's say 1,333 times a yearly salary. No big deal. And 2 years later, Lance switched to another Formula 1 team, Force India, which later became Aston Martin. And surprise, he switched because his father had bought the team. Quite a lot different than getting a hug for your birthday, right? But the funny thing is that this is not even an isolated case in Formula 1. In 2021, Nikita Mazepin debuted, who would become known as the legendary Mazepin, and you may guess why. And look, Stroll and Mazepin can definitely race, because driving 190 miles an hour on a circuit is not a walk in the park. But whether they would have been there without their parents' money is doubtful. And let's get on to another topic. Let's talk about the order of the races. You would think that they would schedule the races logically to minimize travel and pollution. But no. Look at this, for example. On the 3rd of May, they race in Miami. Then they go to Europe for the Italian and Monaco Grand Prix. Then back to Canada, and then back to Europe. It's as if they want to make it harder for themselves and the environment. I mean, why not hold the races in one continent, one after the other? And then another thing. Formula 1 drivers sometimes lose more than 4 kilos during a race, and that's just in 2 hours. People sometimes say, it's just driving in circles, how hard can it be? Well, it can be very hard. The engines are close to the drivers and get incredibly hot. They wear warm suits, often in hot countries, and they have no air conditioning in these cars. And add to that the G-forces that can reach up to 5 Gs, which is like 5 times your body weight pressing on you, so it can be hell for 2 hours. And what I find most impressive about Formula 1 is how dangerous the sport was and how safe the cars are now. Formula 1 has been around for 80 years now, and in the early years multiple drivers wouldn't make it to the next year. And that was not because they weren't good enough. No, back then they didn't even wear seatbelts, so crashing the car was pretty much a free flying lesson. Today Formula 1 cars are much safer, and the gear has improved significantly. A crash often has much better outcomes now than in the past, even though the drivers are going a lot faster than before. Take Grosjean's crash, for example. He was stuck in a burning car for 28 seconds and still survived. Being a Formula 1 driver is much safer nowadays than it used to be, but it remains a huge risk. I have a lot of respect for all the drivers, and there are dozens of other remarkable things about Formula 1, but that might be a topic for another time. For now, I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day.